Okay, so this is where we're going to start running. I'm not going to do my intro anymore, because before I start this, I unpaused it just so it could happen, so I could do it while it's not in a pausing screen, but, you know, this is why you pause games. So shit like this happens. Does not happen. Oh wait, I can just take shortcuts. Like they've learned out, they have to use a path, don't they? See, yeah, they don't take shortcuts. That's good. But we have to do that again, which sucks.
Pigs, don't touch me, or I'll kill you. Go to hell, you tatar beast!
Oh no. Oh hey, I got achievement, call the horse. I saved Teresa. Oh, so if you hold A down, it goes. You can go further. And when I go close to enemies, I'll gallop. I think this is where I get shot in the leg with an arrow. There's a different outcome. Nope. Could really go for the horse, actually. You'd think they would have killed the horse, so I fall off the horse, but nope, that guy wanted to go for me. Interesting, interesting. I think he's going for the head and got me. Yeah, nothing you can do for this, for these people. You can just watch them die and just die. But at least now we kind of know what we're doing. We just
Left. Talmberg is to the left, along the stream.
to the left. But as I was saying, at least now I know what I'm doing, so I don't have to use up all my stamina. What the fuck, man? Maybe it was downhill, I don't know. I'm holding B down, but it stopped. Unless you have to, unless it just holds the speed you were going.
Flee!
That guy's shouting,
Run
shit,
for
shit,
it!
shit. But we've got enough health here. We haven't taken as much damage as we did last time.
Run for it!
But look, the stamina's still down again. Like, what the hell? Come on, horse, don't let me down. Sorry, horse, I need to push you, horse. There's the castle. Come on, horse. You can do it. Just hang in there. Hang in there. I'm sorry. Yes, we did it. So I think that increases your horse's endurance and stuff. I don't even know what they're saying.
Oh my God! Wait!
Jesus Christ!
Help! Scottish has been attacked! Do something! Help!
Quickly, everyone! Get your asses here!
Hey! And loose!
Horse.
Halt your Hosenkinder!
So I take it this is the bigger place of them all.
Quickly! We're closing the gate!
And we did it. Very good. I can see that he's still in pain.
Someone give him a drink. And bring hot wine and bandages.
Well then.
Tell me, boy, who are you and where are you from? What in hell's name happened?
I've come from Skalitz. They burned it to the ground. Slaughtered everyone.
Who? Who burned it to the
A
ground?
huge army. They attacked without warning. And they weren't Czechs or Germans either.
Who then?
I don't know. I've never seen armor like it or heard their language. Maybe Tatars?
Tartars, you say? Well, we'll deal with that later. First, let's have a look at that leg of yours. Grit your teeth, boy. I'm gonna pull that hair out.
Oh, I passed that one.
Easy. All done. You were lucky, lad. The arrow missed the bone. It only needed bandaging, and I've done that often enough before. War is a good teacher. Can you stand? There you go. Good as new.
Thank you.
If you idlers nothing better to do, get back to work. You'll have to speak to Lord Divish. Can you manage?
So I think I'll be on training now. I think they're going to train the guy to use the sword, maybe. Hopefully, anyway, because his fighting was quite weak. Can't even kill a stick.
Sir, this is a survivor from...
I heard, Robard. Tell me, boy, what exactly happened? Did you see the ensigns of the attackers? And were there any more survivors?
So, I don't know what army it was, but it was huge. There were dozens of banners flying on the hill above Skalitz. The ones who did the slaughtering spoke a strange language. They burned Skalitz to the ground, but a lot of people took refuge in the castle. I wasn't quick enough. And as I fled, they shouted from the battlements that I should come and warn you.
The soldiers the boy didn't recognize. They could be those Cumans of Sigismund's. It said they came to Hungary from the east, and now they're the core of his army. Sacking Gutenberg must have given him a taste for stolen silver.
Skalitz is a small castle, sir. If Sigismund attacks, they can't hold.
Indeed, Sir Robard. And our small garrison would be no help, even if we could risk sending them.
You think we're next in line?
Maybe. What's your name, boy?
I'm Henry, son of the Skalitz blacksmith.
I know him.
Oh.
Did he make it inside the castle? I'm sorry. It's in God's hands now. No one else can help us. Anyway, thank you for risking your neck to warn us. Robard, take care of Henry. Make sure he gets something to eat and some rest.
Yes, sir.
And get all the people inside the gates. We have to prepare for the worst. Make all the necessary arrangements.
As you command, sir.
This is just like a realistic war thing. War times. But, you know, we've just started and we've already had a taste of battle. Although it was with the wooden stake. We've had to flee we've been attacked. We've been beat up. Oh wait, his friends probably died, so we probably lost his friends somewhere along the place. You discovered your bed. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, so you discovered Baker. Now, we're gonna go straight to B. Probably follow this guy. Try having a chat with him, see what else he has.
You've done well, lad. I'm sorry for your loss. You must be all done in. Why don't you go to the kitchen and have a good meal? Sorrow is easier to bear on a full stomach.
Okay. So we know what the baker is.
I heard about your father. They say he was a swordsmith who moved to the countryside to make horseshoes. I can't understand why he'd waste his talents, but I'm sure he had his reasons. He had a fine reputation.
So if you don't eat, you can pass out by the looks of it. Or it could be because of the wound.
Ah, milady. You're fortunate our good lady Stephanie of Talmberg has graced us with her presence.
My lady, I'm honored.
So this is our brave young man. Welcome, lad. Bojena here will take care of you. No doubt you're tired and hungry.
Indeed. How could he not be, poor soul? After everything he's been through, he must be as hungry as a bear, aren't you, young master? Here you are, then. Eat your fill.
And a little wine to wash it down.
Thank you, my lady.
Oh,
When you're done, you can go and rest with the grooms in the Outer Bailey.
No, that won't do, Sir Robard. After all he's been through, he deserves a proper bed. Let him sleep in a lodge in the courtyard.
Certainly, milady. Young Henry here is overwhelmed by your generosity.
Yes, yes, thank you, my lady. May God reward you for your kindness.
Eat up now. You're in capable hands, so I'll leave you to it. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, man.
treated like a king already.
When you've done, you can sleep in the bedchamber of the courtyard lodge. And don't forget to take off those filthy boots before getting into bed.
I thought I was in bare feet. Thought I sold everything. Wait, can I look at my feet? Maybe? I didn't actually think of that. 'Cause I sold everything, didn't I? So I'm basically in like a shirt. Yeah, see, look, I'm in bare feet. What boots? That makes logic.
I'm sorry about what happened to you, but it's no excuse for rudeness.
Roast duck or lentil mash. I don't even know what they are.
What are you doing?
Who said that?
What is it? What the hell are you doing?
Hey! Lord almighty!
Oh, okay.
Something
Roast duck.
to
I will have
eat.
some lentil mash. 'Cause I don't even know what it is. Pick up bread roll. Oh, you know, let's have a nice little feast. Let's pick some cheese. Oh, okay, well, we'll take another roll. Gotta take some apples. Are they just gonna let me take everything? Alright, don't mind if I do. Think he's okay, he's still hungry. You learned food. What about roast duck? Take some of that. We'll take it all, actually. Ooh, what's that? Looks like something. Wine. Okay, I'll take that.
You fled from Skalitz? How did you manage that?
I'm sorry, but it's too hard for me to talk about.
I understand. It must have been terrible. Why don't you go and get yourself some rest?
Alright, so I need to finish eating, actually. Now that I think about it. Bread, cheese, I think that takes a lot. Oh, the weight I can hold is 78. So if I got 13.3, so it's not too bad. nearly full. Oh, so I actually have to eat everything probably, just to get my hunger. But it's quite good.
I'll have to get something to eat. I'm starting to get hungry.
What the fuck? Starting to get hungry? What do you mean? You only just ate. Look, he's just eating like 3 roast ducks. Drop into pot. Save your snaps. Oh, we'll drop in some of this. Now let's eat from pot. Okay, now that's all settled. Now we need to go to the bed. Oh, yeah, we'll go to sleep first.
You men are like little kids.
So how do I
Have you
get
lost
into
something?
here? Is it? How do I get into bed? The fact it won't even let me get in. So how do I sit? Oh. What the hell? I think I was crouched. So how do I... Okay, it's not letting me sleep unless I'm in someone else's room. Lockpick, very easy, apparently. Ah, you have to look up at the bed frame. Sleep. Yeah, we'll just go to sleep. You can't sleep any longer now. Yeah, we'll get the full 7 hours, you know. What does nourishment mean? I don't even know what that means. So we'll sleep for 12 hours, huh? Awesome. Okay, so it skips it. I was going to say, imagine if it just did all the countdown. That would have been pretty.
Today the patrols will be doubled. Keep your eyes peeled. If you see anything out of the ordinary, report it immediately. Understood? Yes, sir.
Yes?
It is I, Henry. Forgive the intrusion. I didn't wake you, boy, did I?
My lady,
Oh no.
no, not at all. But what brings you here at this hour?
I thought you could do with a little wine. It's just what you need to help you sleep.
My lady, thank you. You really shouldn't. You could have sent a servant.
I was going to, but to tell you the truth, I couldn't sleep either. I thought of you while saying my prayers. How awful it must have been for you. I came to offer you solace, to let you know you're not alone.
Oh, that's nice.
Thank you. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. Now, Henry, I know this is all very
think she
new
likes him.
and strange for you. But I want you to feel at home here. You're not to worry about anything except getting better. God knows you've been through a terrible ordeal. I know what it is to be left alone in the world, although your loss is much greater. But with God's help, the pain will ease in time. And it can help to talk about it, if you feel like it.
Okay, so far, this is pretty good, you know? You can actually, I don't know, it feels like you're actually there in a strange way because it gets you really into it. It's quite an addicting game. Let's tell the story of the raid. Okay, so I'll tell her.
You might be right, my lady. I'll tell you what happened. It was terrible and unexpected. The day started just like any other. Father sent me into town on some errands.
I went to collect the debt.
A fellow by the name of Kunish owed money to Father, who sent me to collect it from him. Only Kunish had no intention of paying. It got a bit heated, as often happens when there's money involved, but Kunish still wouldn't cough up the coin. Father was too generous for his own good, letting even a scoundrel like that buy on credit.
Oh.
When I'd done all the errands, I headed back home. I promised Father I'd help him with his work, and I was looking forward to it. He was forging a sword for Sir Radzig.
Okay. I'll probably tell about...
I'd been secretly learning sword fighting and hiding it from my parents. So when we assembled the sword, I tried a few moves with it. There's a big difference between a wooden sword and a real one. Maybe if I hadn't taken that sword in my hand, I wouldn't be here today.
You're full of surprises.
But Sigismund's horde was already on the
That's good.
horizon, ready to attack the town.
I saw smoke on the horizon. So we'll probably start evening these out a bit. Oh, we'll probably go for... There was a huge... Oh,
A
God, that was
horde
too
of
slow.
soldiers was amassed. Pennants flapped in the wind, the armour glinted in the sunlight, and the horses whinnied impatiently. They were waiting for Sigismund to give the command to attack.
How awful.
Okay, so...
And then death descended on Skalitz.
I didn't even see Bianca, to be honest.
Father told me to take shelter in
Where
the
was
castle
Bianca? I think
while
I just
went
left
to
her,
get
didn't I?
Mother. She was stranded in the town, surrounded by Sigismund's butchers. And then I saw him knocking down one Cuman after another. I never saw him fight like that. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. But then the leader of Sigismund's raiding party, a knight in full armour, saw Father and charged at him. He cut down my father without a thought. And then he turned on my mother. And he murdered her in cold blood.
You poor boy. May the Lord have mercy on their souls.
I ran to the castle like our neighbours to take cover, but I didn't make it. I had to find another way to save myself. The men on the battlements called down to me to flee to Talmberg and warn you. I was lucky I knew a concealed path around the castle.
I needed a horse. I ran for my life. They were plundering the village. What?
I no longer heard any sounds of battle coming from the castle, so Sigismund's army must have regrouped and started preparing for siege.
No doubt you're right.
Then I heard a scream. It was Teresa, the mill wench. She'd been caught by a gang of Cuman savages who planned to violate her. I had Sir Radzig's sword, and even though there were several of them and they were better armed, I had to try and save her. I wanted there to be at least one person I'd helped. And I succeeded, even though it almost cost me my life. After that, I stole a horse from them and rode off.
Like a valiant knight.
I'll never forget the horror. It will haunt me for the rest of my life.
Oh, I whistled and ran away.
It's terrible.
Wasn't really brave.
How could something like that happen?
God alone knows why he lets such things happen.
You poor boy. I understand your grief, but God is not to blame for the ills of this world. That is the work of Satan and those who do his bidding. Those who are corrupted by greed, envy, and pride. You must not lose faith, whatever life brings. Fate has not been merciful to me, and my husband either. Although in comparison to the horrors you went through. I was young when I married my husband. It was my father's wish. Divish was a lot older than I, but a woman must bear her lot. Shortly after our marriage, before I even got a look at Talmberg, the castle was stormed and my husband was imprisoned.
Really?
My husband had some quarrel with Sir Havel Medek of Valdek, who decided to resolve it by force. He stormed the castle, burned down the village of Pribyslavitz, and killed many of our men. even the old chamberlain. He imprisoned my husband in the castle and put his own garrison there.
Oh, damn.
That's awful.
I was barely 18 years old, and all of a sudden, I was left alone with Sir Robert. We didn't know what to do. We went to Prague to appeal to the king and sought help from Divish's friends, but all to no avail. We tried for years, but it seemed I was destined to be left alone and my husband to rot in jail in his own castle.
Years, you say?
7 years.
Damn.
That's how long it took before Havel was condemned as an enemy of the crown. And even then, he refused to surrender the castle and release my husband. In the end, I raised the money to pay a ransom, and only then, by the grace of Lord Jesus, did I finally lay eyes on my husband once more.
7 years. And was Havel punished for it?
Never. And after 7 years, my husband returned to me an infirm old man.
Sir Divish seems like a good, strong man.
Certainly, only he has many concerns. He had to rebuild Talmberg. After he was released, the king appointed him Burgrave of Prague Castle, and he was very busy. He had no time for me at all. But at least we were in the city, and there was something going on. And now, we're here.
My lady, you're still young and beautiful. Your best years are still ahead of you.
Would that that were true, lad. Would it were true. But what am I doing bothering you with this? You have troubles enough of your own. I'll go and let you sleep.
What about the food? She's taking the food with her. We didn't even eat.
I enjoyed our little talk, Henry. Good night, and God bless.
Good night, my lady.
I think he likes her, and I think maybe she likes him. I don't know. It's too early to tell. But maybe that might affect the game somehow. I don't know. 'Cause apparently some choices you can make can affect the game. Which is quite good for a game like this. Ah, flashbacks.
Move in, people! Come on! Come on! We're running out of time! Quickly! We have to close the gates! You can't go back!
Henry, help us!
Wait, she shouted help us? Him?
Help us, son. Don't be a coward.
Oh no. That's why he... Just
Henry,
bad memory.
wake up. You don't want to miss this.
What is it? What's happening?
Come to the battlements. One of our patrols reported a company heading here from Skalitz.
Well then. Why is it pitch black? Why is it pitch black? I thought like... Torch, okay. Alrighty then. Voila! Oh, I can hit a sword, look. How do I put it away? I don't even know. I don't even know how to put my weapon away, so... Damn it, wrong button. Like that. Nope. I don't even know how to put my weapon away, so that sucks. Alright, so before we go any further, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. I know this one wasn't as compact in action, but you know, it will only get better because there'll be a lot more action, and of course we will have to take revenge against the people. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Hit the like button if you did, subscribe for more, and we will see you next time. Peace.